Hey guys, welcome back to my channel if you guys are new here. Hi, my name is Sydney. I film cruelty-free beauty videos, and today's video is going to be all about Emme Cosmetics. So, not Emme Cosmetics, run by Michelle Phan, Emme Cosmetics. E-M-M-E Cosmetics. So this is an indie brand that I've wanted to try for quite a while. I totally blame Amy Loves Makeup for introducing me to this brand, for making me obsessed with their shadows. She did an incredible swatch video with a ton of Emme Cosmetics shadows, so I will link that video down below. If after you guys watch this video, you're like, I want to know some more about the brand, definitely check that one out. Amy put a ton of great swatches into that video. But in today's video, I wanted to share with you guys what I got in my little Emme Cosmetics order, share a little bit about my experience with the brand, as well as do some swatches and a quick little demo on this look right here. So I'm not going to blabber on any further. Let's hop into it. So if you guys didn't know, Emme Cosmetics is actually a Canadian-based indie brand, and they mainly focus on eyeshadows. I believe they have some blushes. I know they have some highlighters, but their main focus for their line is definitely eyeshadows. They have matte shadows, they have shimmer shadows, they have multi-chrome shadows, and everything is just really beautiful. I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. I did want to talk a little bit about the ordering process with Emme Cosmetics because it was a little bit, it wasn't difficult, it was just a little bit different. So this is a one-woman show, which I think is absolutely incredible, but that being said, the ordering process is a little bit strange. She only restocks like a couple shadows every day, and she doesn't always restock things every single day. The shop does close every once in a while, but when she does restock them, she restocks 4 or 5 shadows a day. You want to order those shadows when she restocks them, but if you do leave a note when you're checking out on your order that you want to combine your order, she will subtract the shipping cost out of it, so you only have to pay for shipping one time, which I think is really great. But because she does the ordering system like that, she has those shadows on hand when you order them. So you get your shadows a little bit faster than you do with, like, let's say Cleona or something like that, or some other indie brands. So I think that's a really big positive of that process. It's just a little bit frustrating to not be able to order all the shadows you want in one go. But as I said, it is a one-woman show, and I think that's how she kind of keeps it running with a one-woman show. So as I said in the intro, I've really wanted to try this brand for a very long time. I've had the opportunity to chat with them back and forth on Instagram, and they have just been so wonderful to talk to. They've answered all my questions and just been very kind overall. So I really did have a great customer service experience with this brand. So I think I placed 2 separate orders on their website with the different shadows restocking, and I think once I placed my last order, I want to say it was maybe like a 5 to 10 day processing time, 5 to 10 day business processing time. And honestly, you guys, I was expecting to not get those shadows for about a month, and they shipped really quickly within about 10 days, I think. I was honestly expecting it to be, again, much longer because of everything that's going on in the world right now. Shipping is experiencing a lot of delays, but it came really quickly. Everything was packed really nicely. I didn't have any shadows arrive broken, and so I was really satisfied with that. Alright, you guys, enough chatting about everything else. I'm not going to hold you in suspense any longer. Let's talk about the shadows that I ordered. Well, I guess first we should talk about this palette. So I did order this cute little empty magnetic palette from Emme Cosmetics. This is $11. I think it's a little over $11 on their website. It's really slim, compact. I love like the soft pink design, and I love their logo on the front. I just think it's really clean and simple and beautiful. And on the inside, it does not have a mirror, which isn't a huge deal breaker for me, but you have 9 slotted pan wells. I have suddenly become very interested and very obsessed with these palettes that already have the little shadow wells for you. I just feel like when I create a palette, I feel like it looks more professional when I do it like this, and it's just kind of fun and a little bit different than the other empty magnetic palettes that I have on hand. But these are some of the shadows that I ordered. I ordered 2 more, but they didn't fit in here, as well as a highlighter, so I popped those into a Morphe palette. So altogether, here are the eyeshadows that I ordered, and I want to go through them really quickly, share some swatches, and kind of my initial first impressions upon using these shadows. Alright guys, so as I go through these shadows, I'm going to do just swatches on my arm on camera. But the first shadow that I want to talk about is called Urban Fairy. I would describe this shadow as a lavender shade with a gold reflect. Now, one thing that I have noticed about Emme Cosmetics shimmers is that they are incredibly creamy to the touch, but they're not insanely metallic, if you know what I mean. Like, that's pretty, that's reflective. It's actually what I have on my lids today, and I'm not looking at that thinking, oh, I wish that was like more metallic or more intense, but they're just a little bit of a softer metallic. Amy said in her video that they remind her of Sydney Grace's metallic shadows, and I would definitely agree with that. Next up, we have the shade Wildflower. I would describe this shade as like a soft, cool purple shade. It's really beautiful. I just love that tone of purple so much. I will say that these shadows are a little bit difficult to get out of this palette. I have to take my lash tool and kind of wedge it under there to pop them out, or else they kind of like go under that top layer of like cardboard or paper on the packaging. But once I do that, they pop right out. Next shade up is the shade Beauty Berry. This shade I was really kind of on the fence about buying because I tend not to use deeper metallics like this very often, but this one just has like the coolest like subtle blue shift to it. Oh, that is a crooked swatch. That is a very crooked swatch. But it has like the most beautiful subtle blue shift to it, and I just thought that was so unique and pretty. I knew I wanted to add it to my collection. Again, super creamy, super soft, very pigmented. Next up we have the shade Elysian. I would describe Elysian as a matte like lilac shade. It's very, very pretty. This is one of my favorite tones of purple to work with, to wear on my eyes. The mattes are creamy to the touch and they're swatching really well. You guys will be able to see in the demo how they apply to my eyes. The next shade is called Periwinkle. I was so excited to get this shade, you guys. I have an obsession with periwinkle, but I feel like periwinkles are notoriously difficult to formulate. I feel like this one is pretty darn good. It's definitely pigmented. It showed up on my eyes really nicely and pretty immediately, but it can definitely be built up to be a little bit deeper and a little bit more intense. Next up we have the shade Dream Lagoon. I would say that I would describe this shadow as a shimmery pastel blue shade. It's super pretty. It's what I have in my inner corners today. Next up we have the shade Amaranthine. I think that's how you say it. I butchered it in the demo too, so just look forward to that. But this is the most beautiful deep teal shade. It reminds me of like a peacock color, you know? I think it's so pretty. This was another one that I was a little bit wary to order because I tend not to wear deeper metallics a whole lot, but I put it on my outer corners today and loved it so much. Next up we have the shade Venice. You guys, this is probably the most unique shadow out of the bunch that I ordered. I just feel like it has this fluorescence and vibrance to it that you really wouldn't expect when you look at it in the pan, and it's definitely unlike any other green that I have in my collection. It is so mind-blowingly beautiful. It almost looks like a seafoam green, but like with the vibrancy turned up to like 20. It is so pretty. Next up we have the shade Palm Tree, and I would describe this as like a grassy green matte. I think that would be a good description of it. Alright, so as I said, we have two more shadows in this palette and a highlighter to talk about as well. So the first shade we have to talk about is called Peach Macaroon. This is like the most beautiful, soft peach shade. I haven't worn this one on my eyes, but I am so excited to. I feel like this is like the perfect crease shade for summertime. Amy said that she really likes to wear this one as blush too, and I agree that it would make the most beautiful blush color. The last eyeshadow that I would talk about is called Pink Lemonade. This one I would describe as a metallic, like bubblegummy pink shade. It's really pretty. And then finally we have the highlighter shade that I ordered in Peach Silk. This one I'm actually going to do on the back of my hand so you guys can really see how reflective it is. Look at that. It like totally blends in with my skin tone, so you're probably not going to see the actual color of it too much. But it just gives the most beautiful glow. I mean, look at that. It looks like I have like glass skin right now, and I am so in love with the effect that it gives. Alright guys, so now that I've shown you some swatches of the shadows that I ordered, I did do a quick little demo on this look right here, so let's hop into that really quick. Alright guys, so we're up close and personal. We're going to hop in with today's eye look, as always, with a little bit of my Essence I Heart Color Intensifying Eye Base. I'm just going to apply that pretty much all over my lid and like almost up to my brow, and then just press it in with my sponge. Normally I wouldn't set this base because I feel like a wet base just gives your eyeshadows more to grip onto, but it is summertime now where I live. Basically it's really hot, and I have extremely oily eyelids in the summer, so I'm just going to take a little bit of my Essence All About matte powder that is very broken. Just kind of lightly press that over where we put the eyeshadow primer, especially in my crease. Anyone else has oily eyelids out there, I found that this is a really great trick. Not just setting down your eyeshadow primer, but setting it down with like a mattifying powder makes a huge difference in the way my eyeshadows wear throughout the day. Alright you guys, so here are the eyeshadows that we are working with. I feel like I didn't do the best job of picking shades that would really create a cohesive color story, but I would just grab shades that I was really attracted to. So I really want to play with the blues and greens today, I think. Or should I go like mermaidy? Blues, greens, and purples. I am going to do one eye on camera, one eye off camera, just so this video isn't too long, but let's hop into the look. Alright, so I'm thinking we're gonna go purple, blue, and then green. Alright, so first I want to dip into the shade Elysian right here. It's like a beautiful matte lavender shade. I'm just taking this on a blending brush from BH Cosmetics. It's from their Rose Quartz set. And I'm gonna start blending this into the inner portion of my crease. That's going on pretty softly pigmented. There we go. Now the color's coming through. I'm blending this into my crease and just a little bit above so you can get that like purple wash of color when I have my eyes open, since they are slightly hooded. I'm just keeping this in like the inner third of my crease. Alright, and then I'm just going to take my handy dandy color switch and hope that it's not too dirty. And get that purple off of my brush. Ooh, that's looking a little dingy. And next we're going to dip into the shade Periwinkle right here, which is just kind of a periwinkle shade. And start blending this into the middle portion of my crease. Again, blending it into the crease and just a little bit above. That is really, really beautiful. Periwinkle shades are hard to formulate, at least I'm assuming they are, because there really aren't too many great ones out on the market as far as I'm concerned, at least that I've tried. But this one went on with a lot of color, and usually they take much, much longer to build. Wow, that's really pretty. I'm super into that, you guys. Again, we're gonna do the good old color switcheroo. I don't know what I would do without this thing. Okay, this is the part I'm a little bit nervous about, but I want to take the shade Palm Tree next and start building it in my outer corner. I'm a little nervous because Palm Tree is definitely a much warmer tone than the other two tones that we've put in our crease so far, but I'm thinking it'll all be okay if I put this pretty like deep teal shade. I think it's called Remember Me, kind of in the outer corner. I hope. Maybe I need a different brush. Let's switch brushes. Okay, just kidding. We're gonna go in with my M433 from Morphe in the shade Palm Tree. These mattes are pretty softly pressed. There is a little bit of kick up in the pan. Nothing too bad or unmanageable. I feel like kick up in the pan is just like standard at this point for eyeshadows. It never stops me from buying an eyeshadow or testing out a formula or anything like that. I like soft shadows. I think that they just blend out better on the eyes. So I'm fine with dealing with a little bit of fallout or having to tap off my brush. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. The shade itself is going on really beautifully. I'm just not sure if this tone of purple and green are my favorite right next to each other. Where's my fluffy brush? Fluffy brush. Here it is. So I'm just going to take a bare fluffy brush and just kind of blend out the edges of those shadows. I think I'm going to leave the green where it is. As I said, I don't want it to be crazy intense and impactful because I feel like it doesn't quite go with the rest of the look, but we're just going to roll with it. Alright, you guys know the drill next. You know I need some of my NYX glitter glue to go in with my lid shades because my eyes are just a little bit hooded. So this makes my life easier. There's less creasing, there's no transfer. It's a good deal. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the glitter glue on a flat shader brush. This one's from Shop Miss A. It's the E122. And I'm just going to press this on the first, I would say about first half of my lid. Kind of doing it in a cut crease fashion, but without the concealer. And next I want to dip into this really pretty purple shade right here called Urban Fairy. I would describe this as like a lilac with a gold shift. Oh my gosh, that just picked up so creamily on the brush, you guys. I'm so excited. Okay, and now I'm just gonna tap it over. Oh my gosh. Wow. That went over the glitter glue so beautifully. So glitter glue tends to punch shadows up, but I feel like, I don't know if my NYX one is just expiring because I've had it for so long, but I feel like shadows can be just a little bit patchy when I put them over, just because it is so sticky if I don't have my brush totally evenly coated, or if the shadow is just temperamental. It doesn't always go on so nicely and so smoothly, but this just like covered my whole lid, or the whole space where I put the glitter glue, so effortlessly. Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh, that's so pretty. Now I'm just gonna wipe that brush off on my makeup eraser. I'm not gonna put this in the color switch because I feel like when I put something with glitter glue in the color switch, it just gets like mangled. So that's why I use my makeup eraser. So now I'm just gonna dip back into the glitter glue and place it on the outer half of my lid. I am going to overlap with that purple shade just a little bit because we do want the two to blend. So I'm just placing this on the outer half of my lid. I'm not taking it all the way to the outer corner because I feel like then we lose a little bit of the depth that we created. Not that this is a super deep look, but I just feel like it looks a little bit better if I don't do that. Okay, so the next shade I want to go in with is Amaranthine? I want to call it ametrine, but I don't think that's how you spell ametrine. I'll put it on the screen right here. It's this beautiful deep teal shade. Oh yeah, that picked up just as nicely on my brush. I'm so excited, you guys. And I'm gonna pat this on my outer corner. Well, I am suddenly very much regretting putting that matte cream in the outer corner because I feel like these do not match at all tonally. Oh well, it's fine. The shadows are going on absolutely beautifully though. Okay, I'm just gonna take a little bit of Wildflower right here. I think I'm just gonna take my finger, you guys, and I'm just going to gently press it where the teal and the other purple meet, just to kind of marry them together a little bit. Ooh, I wish I had like a super glittery shade to go right there. I feel like that would also be really pretty. Okay, I'm liking how that's looking more, but I feel like we need a little bit more of that deep teal blue shade. I feel like we lost it a little bit. Just in this very outer portion right here. Alright, you guys, I think that's set for the upper portion of my eyeshadow. I'm gonna hop off camera, do this eye, do the rest of my face, and then we'll come back for the other eye. So I actually forgot that I actually ordered a highlighter from Emme Cosmetics as well. It's this shade right here called Peach Silk, so I thought I would apply that on camera with you guys. I keep forgetting I put it in this little Z palette, so I haven't used it yet. But Amy Loves Makeup recommended this one, and I absolutely love most of the things that she recommends. Okay, that is gorgeous. Wow, okay, so I feel like this is totally giving me like a glass skin look. It's going on so smoothly, and I see maybe just the slightest hint of a white or of a dark cast on my very fair skin. It should be okay once I add a little bit of bronzer and blush, but just something to know if you are very fair. Wow, that's pretty. Ooh, ooh, oh yeah. I love that. That is so pretty. Alright guys, as you can tell, the rest of my face is done, and I did go ahead and hop off camera and finish that eye really quick, but I did want to finish the lower lash line with you guys. So I'm first going to start out by taking the shade Palm Tree right here on just a little itty bitty pencil brush, and I'm going to start to smoke this out under my lower lash line. Next, I'm just going to take this little chubby pencil brush from ColourPop and take the shade Venice right here. This is the most beautiful, like, vibrant green shimmer. You guys will see in the swatches. It is so pretty. And I'm just smudging that pretty much right over where we put Palm Tree. Then I'm just going to wipe the brush off real quick on my makeup eraser, and I'm going to dip into the shade Dream Lagoon right here, which is like a soft metallic blue. And I'm just going to pop this in my inner corner. Alright guys, so here is the completed look. I just threw on some mascara to finish this look off. I'm really happy with how these shadows performed. I think the mattes were really easy to work with. They were nicely pigmented and they blended out really nicely. The shimmers, you guys saw how incredibly creamy and full pigment they went on. So I'm really excited to keep using these shadows and share some further thoughts with you guys. But let's wrap up this video. Alright guys, I hope that you enjoyed that quick little demo. I know I had so much fun creating this look. I was a little bit nervous about halfway through. I was like, is this going to turn out or am I going to have to scrap this? But I'm really happy with the end result. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I did want to give just my brief, I mean you guys probably can surmise it from what I've said throughout this video, but my brief overall first impression. I really do enjoy these shadows so far. These shimmers are really nicely pigmented. They're very creamy. They go on with a lot of pigment. I haven't really worn them for an extended period of time, so that's something that I'll update you guys in my full review video, but so far I'm really enjoying them. The mattes went on really nicely. They went on a little bit more lightly pigmented than I thought they would, not in a bad way though. I think that makes them a little bit more approachable and a little bit easier to buff and blend out and manipulate on your eyes. So far I am really happy with these shadows. Oh, I forgot to mention the price of these shadows. So these shimmers and the mattes both retail for about $6 US. The prices are originally set in Canadian dollars, so it comes out to like $5 and some change. So I think it comes out to $5.86 when you convert it to US dollars, but that's how much they cost. They are incredibly affordable, and like I said, my first experience with them has been very, very positive so far. So thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below letting me know if you guys have ever tried out Emme Cosmetics. Have you ever heard of Emme Cosmetics? I would love to chat about it down below. And that's gonna wrap up today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!